Good morning, America. It's your boy Cornbread. Uh, Previously on GFK All the Smoke, we brought in Lim Billings for question. After 10 hours of excruciating uh, interrogation, we came to the conclusion that he was not the JFK assassin. So we were forced by law to cut him loose. Uh, if you don't know who Len Billings is, which most people don't, this is why I know what I'm talking about. Len Billings is JFK's best friend. In fact, he was also Bobby Kennedy's very, very, very good friend, if not best friend. Uh, Joseph called him his other son. So that's how close he was to the family. He's been excluded. So we're going to move on to episode 10. And episode 10, we're going to talk about Robert Kennedy. This episode is going to take some time. First of all, JFK himself and Robert Kennedy are the sole reasons why JFK got killed. So let me explain that. JFK was a womanizer. Everybody knew it. Okay. Robert Kennedy was flat ass out mean as shit. That was a mean son of a shut your mouth man. Ooh, that was a mean man. That man was ruthless, bruh. So, in fact, he was so ruthless to the point where his enemies could not stand him. So, for example, JFK jumped into the race of the presidential race, and nominated and declared his intentions to run early. LBJ did not. LBJ was the Senate Majority Leader. Newt Gingrich of if you know who that is, he was the Senate Majority Leader. LBJ was that. Basically, the Senate Majority Leader has a lot of power. LBJ, man, that cat had connections. He knew how to get politics going and whatnot. Well, he lost the race to Kennedy because he came in late. Kennedy asked him to be his vice president. LBJ accepted with the intent of, becoming president later. In comes Robert. Robert is Robert is appointed the Attorney General. LBJ and Robert got tension. And when I tell you they got tension, cowboy, they got tension. Robert can't stand LBJ. LBJ can't stand Robert. Robert pretty much informed him, look, man, after my brother, I got next. I know you think you're vice president, but I got next. So my brother gonna do 8 years. I'm gonna do 8 years. My other brother Edward, after him, he gonna do 8 years. So you either gonna wait 24 years or you ain't gonna be president. Now, LBJ's old. shit. You got 24 years to wait. Are you even gonna be alive in 24 years? Well, from that point on, there was tension. I don't know if it's true, man, but I'm gonna tell you like this. LBJ went to Ireland or some shit like that. You know, he was Irish or whatever. You know, he went back to his mother country or whatever. You know, the Kennedy, that name is it's Irish. So he went to Ireland or whatever. He went on a trip out of the country. Right? He loaded up on the Air Force One and got up out of there and said, "Look here, before you get left," he said, "Hey, listen, you boys play nice." And apparently, they had a meeting. JFK, LBJ, all of them. He even told LBJ he was in charge. And told him, "You play nice." Man, at a meeting, Robert told a White House staff member or something like that to go over there and tell LBJ to shut the fuck up. In the middle of the meeting. And if I remember correctly, the staff member went over there and told him something, you know, and he came back and Robert Kennedy told him, "I thought I told you to tell him to shut the fuck up." Now this is within hearing distance of LBJ's hearing distance. LBJ's hearing all this. Everybody is. That's how much they hated each other. Also, apparently, if I remember correctly, LBJ took him to his ranch, LBJ Ranch in right off the Pedernales, Johnson City, Texas. Took him to his ranch and they go hunting and whatnot. And Robert shot a rifle, like maybe a shotgun or something. He shot some type of gun and it knocked him on his ass. and LBJ told him, "You shoot like a girl." So they had a feud going early, you know what I mean? They ain't like each other. So just letting you know, man, Robert and his enemies, the Kennedys were young, very, very intelligent, well-spoken, groomed to be presidents. Joseph groomed them. Now, they didn't withhold their tongue. They came in blasting, bro. They came in saying, "Hey, there's a new sheriff in town, and with the Dulleses, with Allen Dulles and cats who've been in politics forever with the CIA, with LBJ, cats who have been in politics forever, um, um, any old head, they just got rubbed the wrong way because the Kennedys were young and didn't give a about nothing. So it took some people off. So that dynamic of Robert Kennedy and his enemies cost him. Now this part right here, I'm telling you, I did my research, man. Robert Kennedy knew that LBJ was going to get killed. He absolutely knew it. He knew it. I ain't gonna tell you how he knew it yet. I'll say that to the end, but he knew it. He knew it. When he got that phone call, when Robert Kennedy got that phone call from J. Edgar Hoover that his brother was dead, which I told y'all earlier gave Hoover great satisfaction to make that phone call. Hoover probably knew too, and whoever the powers that be that organized this, he probably said, "Hey, look here, I'm the one that get to make that phone call. I want to be the one to tell him, Nothing gave him more pleasure than that. The um, when he made that phone call, Robert Kennedy, the first thing he did was hopped on a plane. The first thing smoking to Dallas to go see his brother. No, he did not do that. I'm lying. You know what he did? He went to the White House to gather up every and any goddamn document he could or information he could to 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 uh, protect him and his brother from any type of scrutiny because he knew that LBJ was going to be in the White House. You see? So he had to gather that information up. And when he gathered that information up, which is probably illegal, even for an attorney general, well, he did it. So that's the first thing he did. He ain't go to no Dallas to see his brother, none of that. He went and gathered some information. You know why? Because he had next in his mind. And he had to literally clean up all the JFK's transgressions. He had to clean up all that stuff because he had to keep his brother squeaky clean so that he got his chance. Because if his brother don't get mess up in any way, shape, or form, he don't get to be the president. Because he's a Kennedy. They just going to take it out on him. And he told his brother this over and over again. But his brother, man, he like that poom poom, man. His brother said, man, his brother, man, his brother was the most powerful man on planet Earth. Get any woman he wanted. He like that poom poom. That's why I don't think he was gay. Somebody like poom poom like that ain't gay. It's hard for me to find somebody who like poom poom like that to be bi. You know what I mean? He could be bi. I get it. I doubt that though, man. That man likes poom poom, bruh. I'm telling you now, that man like that poom poom. Anyway, yeah, man. Robert had next. Problem is, LBJ believed he had next, so you got two people thinking they got next. And yeah, I'll just leave. I'll leave it at that. Two people think they got next, and Robert made some powerful enemies, man. Some powerful enemies. So that comes with the territory, I guess, as Attorney General. But because of that, and I'll make sure this video don't go over 15 minutes. So I apologize. Because of that, Robert sealed his brother's fate. He didn't have a chance. His brother didn't have a shot. And it wasn't necessarily because of him. It was because of Robert. Well, I'll take it back. It was because of him. It was a combination of him and Robert. Don't get it twisted. Robert definitely played his role. But Robert didn't kill his brother. Robert was in Washington, D.C. Robert didn't pull the trigger. But he knew. He knew it was coming. He knew all about it. But there was nothing he can do. And it'll become clear later, but there was nothing he could do. It was already in motion, written, set in stone. But nothing he could do. He had to sit there and take it. Anyway, so we interrogated him, and we released him. Robert Kennedy. You have been released and no longer being held for the assassination of your brother. It's your boy Cornbread. Love you, America. Like and subscribe. Peace.